Alright, let's dive into the fascinating world of bonsai trees and explore the fundamentals of their growth. Bonsai trees are essentially miniature trees, and they require proper care and attention to thrive. To ensure your bonsai tree stays healthy and beautiful, we'll need to discuss several key factors: soil composition, watering schedules, and sunlight requirements for different species. First, let's talk about soil composition. Bonsai trees need a well-draining soil mix that retains enough moisture to supply the tree with water, while also allowing excess water to drain away. A good bonsai soil mix typically consists of organic and inorganic components. Organic materials, such as peat moss or pine bark, provide nutrients and help retain moisture. Inorganic materials, like pumice, lava rock, or akadama, promote drainage and aeration. The ideal mix will depend on the type of tree and the climate in which you live. You may need to experiment with different mixes to find the perfect balance for your bonsai. Next up, let's discuss watering schedules. Proper watering is crucial to the health of your bonsai tree. The goal is to keep the soil consistently moist, but not waterlogged. To achieve this, you'll need to pay close attention to the moisture level in the soil. A general rule of thumb is to water your bonsai when the top layer of soil starts to feel dry to the touch. In warmer weather, you might need to water your bonsai more frequently, while in colder months it may require less watering. Remember, each tree is unique, so it's important to observe and learn from your specific bonsai tree's needs. Now, let's talk about sunlight requirements. Bonsai trees, like all plants, need sunlight for photosynthesis, the process by which they produce energy to grow. And different species of bonsai trees have different sunlight requirements, so it's crucial to understand the needs of your specific tree. Some trees, like junipers and pines, thrive in full sun, while others, such as azaleas and maples, prefer partial shade. Generally, you'll want to provide your bonsai with at least 4 to 6 hours of direct sunlight per day. However, be mindful of extreme temperatures, as excessive heat can damage your tree. By understanding these fundamentals of bonsai tree growth, soil composition, watering schedules, and sunlight requirements, you're well on your way to growing a healthy and beautiful bonsai tree. Remember, patience and observation are key to mastering bonsai care, so take your time and enjoy the journey. Now that we've covered the fundamentals of bonsai tree growth, let's move on to the exciting part: choosing and planting your bonsai seeds or cuttings. This process requires some consideration and planning to ensure the best possible start for your miniature tree. First, you'll need to decide whether you want to grow your bonsai from seed or start with a cutting. Growing from seed can be an incredibly rewarding experience, as you get to nurture your tree from its very beginning. However, it requires more patience, as it can take years for the tree to reach a stage where it's ready for shaping and styling. On the other hand, starting with the cutting can be a faster route to having a mature bonsai tree, but you'll need access to a suitable parent tree to obtain the cutting. Next, let's talk about choosing the right tree species for your bonsai. There's a wide variety of tree species suitable for bonsai, ranging from evergreens like pines and junipers to deciduous trees like maples and elms. When selecting a species, consider factors such as your local climate, the tree's growth habits, and your personal preferences in terms of appearance and maintenance. Now, let's discuss germination time and optimal planting conditions. If you're starting from seed, be aware that different species have different germination times. Some seeds may sprout within a few weeks, while others can take months or even years. To increase the chances of successful germination, research the specific requirements for your chosen species, such as stratification or scarification scarying. When it's time to plant your seeds or cuttings, Prepare a suitable container with drainage holes and fill it with a well-draining bonsai soil mix. For seeds, plant them at the depth recommended for the species, and keep the soil consistently moist until germination occurs. For cuttings, remove any leaves from the lower part of the cutting. Dip the cut end in rooting hormone and plant it in soil. Keep the soil moist and provide a humid environment to encourage root development. And there you have it. By carefully choosing and planting your bonsai seeds or cuttings, you're setting the stage for a thriving and beautiful bonsai tree. Remember, growing a bonsai tree is a journey that requires patience and dedication. So enjoy the process and look forward to watching your miniature tree take shape over time. As we continue on our bonsai journey, it's time to discuss one of the most important aspects of bonsai art: pruning and shaping techniques. These techniques help create and maintain the desired tree form and style, turning your bonsai into a living piece of art. Let's explore 3 essential methods: wiring, pinching, and pruning. First, let's discuss wiring. Wiring is a technique used to shape and guide the branches and trunk of your bonsai tree. By wrapping the tree with bonsai wire, you can gently bend and manipulate the branches into the desired position. To wire your bonsai, select the appropriate wire thickness, usually between 1 millimeter and 4 millimeters, and wrap it around the branch or trunk at a 45-degree angle, being careful not to damage the bark. Once the wire is in place, you can slowly bend the branch into the desired shape. Keep in mind that wiring should be done during the tree's growing season, when the branches are more flexible, and the wire should be removed before it starts to cut into the bark. Next, we have pinching. Pinching is a technique used to encourage branching and maintain the tree's foliage. Then, by pinching back new growth, you can promote the development of smaller, more compact leaves and create a denser canopy. To pinch your bonsai, simply use your fingers or a pair of tweezers to remove the tips of new growth, being careful not to damage the surrounding foliage. Pinching should be done regularly during the growing season to maintain the desired shape and size of your tree. Finally, let's talk about trimming. Trimming is the process of removing unwanted branches and foliage to maintain the overall shape and structure of your bonsai tree. To trim your bonsai, use a sharp pair of bonsai scissors or shears and make clean, precise cuts close to the trunk or main branch. Trimming should be done throughout the year, with more extensive pruning taking place during the tree's dormant season. By mastering these essential bonsai pruning and shaping techniques, wiring, pinching, and trimming, you can create and maintain the desired tree form and style. Remember, bonsai is an art form that requires patience and practice, so don't be discouraged if your tree doesn't look perfect right away. With time, dedication, and a keen eye for detail, you'll be well on your way to creating a stunning bonsai masterpiece. Now that we've covered the essential pruning and shaping techniques for your bonsai tree, it's time to tackle another crucial aspect of bonsai care: repotting. Repotting is necessary to maintain the health and growth of your bonsai, as it allows you to refresh the soil, prune the roots, and provide the tree with more room to grow. Let's dive into the process, which involves selecting the appropriate pot size, root pruning, and transplanting the tree while minimizing stress or damage. First, let's discuss choosing the right pot size for your bonsai tree. The pot should not only be aesthetically pleasing, but also provide adequate space for the roots to grow. A good rule of thumb is to select a pot that's roughly 2/3 the height or the width of your tree, depending on the style and shape of the bonsai. Additionally, the pot should have drainage holes to allow excess water to escape and promote healthy root growth. Next, let's talk about root pruning. Root pruning helps maintain the compact size of your bonsai tree and encourages the growth of new, finer roots. To prune the roots, carefully remove your bonsai tree from its pot and use a root rake or chopstick to gently untangle and comb out the roots. Then, using a sharp pair of bonsai scissors or shears, Trim away approximately 1/3 of the root mass, focusing on removing thicker roots while preserving the finer roots. Now it's time to transplant your bonsai tree into its new pot. Begin by adding a layer of fresh bonsai soil mixed to the bottom of the pot, creating a small mound where the tree will be placed. Gently position the tree in the pot, making sure to spread out the roots evenly over the soil mound. Add more soil to cover the roots, ensuring the soil fills all gaps and air pockets. Finally, water your bonsai thoroughly to help settle the soil and promote root growth. Remember, repotting can be a stressful process for your bonsai tree, so it's important to choose the right time to repot. Deciduous trees should be repotted during the dormant season, while evergreens, like pines and junipers, should be repotted in late winter or early spring when their growth rate begins to increase. By familiarizing yourself with the process of repotting a bonsai tree, you're taking a crucial step towards maintaining the health and beauty of your miniature masterpiece. With proper care and attention, your bonsai tree will continue to thrive and bring you joy for many years to come. As we reach the final topic in our bonsai journey, it's essential to address one more critical aspect of bonsai care: recognizing and addressing common health issues. Bonsai trees, like any other plants, can be susceptible to pests, diseases, and nutrient deficiencies. By implementing preventive measures and appropriate treatments, you can ensure that your bonsai stays healthy and beautiful. Let's explore each of these issues and discuss how to tackle them effectively. First, let's talk about pests. Common pests that can affect bonsai trees include aphids, spider mites, and scale insects. To prevent infestations, regularly inspect your bonsai for signs of pests, such as discolored or damaged leaves and sticky residue on the leaves or pot. If you spot any pests, you can treat your bonsai with a gentle insecticidal soap or a neem oil solution, making sure to follow the product instructions carefully. In severe cases, you may need to use a more potent pesticide specifically designed for bonsai trees. Next, let's discuss diseases. Bonsai trees can be susceptible to various fungal and bacterial diseases such as powdery mildew, leaf spot, and root rot. To prevent these diseases, ensure that your bonsai is receiving proper care, including adequate sunlight, proper watering, and good air circulation. Additionally, keep the foliage of your tree clean and free of debris to discourage the growth of fungi and bacteria. If you notice any signs of disease, such as discolored or wilting leaves, you can treat your bonsai with a fungicide or bactericide, making sure to follow the product instructions carefully. Finally, let's address nutrient deficiencies. Bonsai trees require a balanced diet of nutrients to grow and thrive. Symptoms of nutrient deficiencies can include yellowing leaves, stunted growth, and weak branches. To prevent nutrient deficiencies, regularly fertilize your bonsai tree with a high-quality bonsai fertilizer, following the recommended application rates and frequencies. If you suspect your bonsai is suffering from a nutrient deficiency, you can supplement its diet with a specific nutrient solution or adjust your fertilizing routine accordingly. In conclusion, recognizing and addressing common bonsai tree health issues is a crucial part of maintaining a healthy and beautiful tree. By implementing preventative measures and appropriate treatments, you'll be well equipped to tackle any challenges that come your way and ensure that your bonsai tree continues to thrive for many years to come. Happy growing!